Okay, so hello everyone. Once again, let us start with the session. So today topic is Shiksha. Shiksha is actually the science of pronunciation. Please let me know when you see the full presentation mode of the slides.
We see it now, Branimir.
Okay, thank you very much, Edita. Super. Okay, so let's go. So there is a verse which says Om Shiksham Vyakyasyamaha Varna Svara Matra Balam Sama Santana. So it means literally we will expound the science of pronunciation, which is Shiksham, and those are the rules. The phonetic rules are then listed. The first rule is Vyakya, Varna. Vyakya means to expound. So Varna is represents actually the letters or the sounds. Then there is Svara. Svara are the notes or the pitch. Then Matra is duration. Balam is the force, so how we should utter the syllables. Then we have Sama. Sama is the linking of notes, and continuity Santana. So this verse actually is from Krishna Yajurveda, from the part called Shikshavali. I think that many of you have heard about Shikshavali. So actually, yeah, you can remember that Shiksha is the field of Vedic study of sound. So let us jump immediately to the subject. The first rule or the first, let's say, chapter is the basic one, which are the letters or sounds itself, right? So Varna represents this correct pronunciation of the letters. And the letters are pronounced from different locations from vocal apparatus, usually starting at the throat and ending with nasals. We have in Sanskrit alphabets, we have 50 letters. 14 are vowels and 36 are consonants. So you remember, maybe I think I mentioned last time how each of these letters are, energetically activating a certain portion in our body. I have attended one lecture on Saturday morning, and on Sunday morning, and I learned that the first 6 chakras in the human system, so from Muladhara up to Ajna chakra, consists altogether of 50 petals. So you know how chakras are with various number of petals, and there are exactly 50 petals in those 6 chakras. And interestingly, each of the letter of Sanskrit alphabet is, addressing each petal. Can you imagine? So each petal of the various chakras is activated by correct pronunciation of the letters. So there are also special rules of pronunciation which apply to Anusvara. And we will actually have next time the lecture on Anusvara, because it is very important and quite, let's say, it will take some time more, to cover all the rules. And Visarga. So Visarga is this H dot down, H sound. So look, those terms like Jihva Mulya or Upatmania, you don't need to memorize. This is some phonetical change of Visarga, which we are going to explore in detail. And those changes actually are very common in Rudram, in all the other chants. But I will not go now into that level of details. This presentation is for you always to actually come back and to explore certain things in details. For the sake of this presentation, I will skip it for now. Let us focus on Sanskrit alphabet. especially for the people who are joining for the first time, who don't have any experience in Sanskrit or in actually uttering those syllables. So these are really the basics. And for us also who know, I think it's good to remind ourselves that the vowels are divided into the simple and compound. The simple vowels are, can be 2 units of time, which are long, or 1 unit of time, which are short. So we are actually dividing them to hrasva, short, and dirgha, or long. So I will just tell you the difference. A, I, u, r, r. Okay, so these are the differences between the short and the long vowels, right? Just let me. So you see this duration is marked with the vertical line above the vowel. So this is the short a, and this is the long a. Okay, a, I, u, r, r. This is also a vowel l, l. You will never find this long l in the script, but actually this l is quite common, and it is actually, I mean, not so common as well, but please note immediately that the vowel l is marked with the do down, and retroflex l, we have some discussion recently, is marked with some other, marking below the vowel. And I will be actually getting to that point, because these are very important things in terms of pronunciation. Compound vowels are always long, or dirgham. So e, I, o, au. And look, I learned like 20 years ago that we should pronounce this as I and this as au. But it usually, it becomes o, the same, like, this preceding one. So we will try to actually pronounce those compound vowels as I and au, okay? Then also, we continue with vowels. There are some vowels which are called semi-vowels. So something between the vowels and the consonant. So what is the difference between the vowels and the consonant? The difference is that there is no occlusion of the airflow, right? And in these semi-vowels, there is certain level of occlusion. That's why we call it palatal, meaning that with our tongue, we are touching the palatum durum, or hard palate. Then there is a retroflex, ra, meaning that with the tip of the tongue, we are also touching the hard palate. Then there are la. La is dental, and va is labiodental, because when we utter va, then we are using our lip and our teeth. So this is like in anatomy, I mean, very precise terms. And this is how you will learn, the quickest. So when you pronounce ya, you need to be aware what your tongue is doing when you pronounce ya. And you will see the tongue is going up, touching the palate, right? Ra. You see that the tip of the tongue is going up. La, we are touching the teeth, and va, we are touching also, we are using the lip and the teeth, right? So that's why these are called semi-vowels. What does it mean, voiced? Voiced means that the vocal cords are vibrating, right? It is maybe not important, but just I will mention it once. It is not important for you. Just when you will listen to this recording to know what is that. Unvoiced, on the other hand, are those syllables in which, when pronouncing it, the vocal cords are divided, separated. Okay. So I mean, I don't know if you know how these voice cords are moving. So when any sound is produced with the voiced syllables, they go together, right? And unvoiced, they are in a distance. I don't know how to use it in a better way, how to phrase it in English. Okay, so sibilants are those syllables which are also called fricative. What does mean fricative? Fricative means that there is a certain barrier on the airflow, right? So we are actually, when we pronounce sha, sha, sa, you see how much obstruction we do and how this airflow is somewhat compressed between certain parts of the vocal apparatus. That's why they are called fricatives. Sha, sha, sa. And also they can be palatal, retroflex, and dental. When we utter sha, this is the soft sh. I mean, I'm just making up this now the term soft because we are actually letting the air flow through our teeth. Sh, okay. But when we speak about the retroflex sh, we are actually blocking the airway with our tongue. So the tongue is again like here retroflex r. The tongue is actually, the tip of the tongue is pointing upwards. That's why a retroflex, because the tongue is retroflected, it is pointing, back and up, okay? And then we have, again, guttural fricative, which is ha. Ha is velar. What is velar? Velar means in anatomy, there is a palatum mole or soft palate, and you can see how this uvula is a flap of the soft tissue hanging from the roof of the mouth, right? So when you pronounce ha, you can see how this flap is vibrating, right? So these are the basics, guys. I mean, what is concern of vowels. And now I'm actually from the very beginning, I'm giving you the hint how you can you should consciously, with awareness, connect the formulation of the sound. So where each sound is formulated, it will help you a lot during the next classes when we will start chanting Rudram. You will remember, and you will actually recognize all those sh sounds in the text, and you will know how to actually adjust the vocal apparatus to pronounce correctly. Now the consonants. The consonants are, a much bigger portion of the Sanskrit alphabet. They are divided into the 5 groups. And look how this previous topic help us understand what are velar. So velar, again, soft palate. So because when we actually utter ka, ka, ga, ga, nga, so we can see how the base of the tongue is lifted up and pressing the soft palate, right? Ka, ka, ga, ga, nga. So these last column here are the nasal pair associated with each group of consonants. This is quite specific. This is with n dot up. It is to be uttered like nga, right? But usually it is in combination before g or before k, so that becomes nga, nga. So, but this is the portion we will touch base when we will speak about anusvara. Then we have palatal consonants. These are cha, cha, ja, cha, nya. And we have here aspirate and unaspirate. So, and we will actually mention this when we will speak about balam, the force. So this aspiration should happen when there is H here. So we should not utter the same cha and cha. This mahaprana, it is called mahaprana. So prana in this case is truly a breath, right? So how do we stress our pronunciation when uttering these particular syllables which have h or h in it, right? And Amma is really insisting very much to have these mahaprana syllables, uttered correctly, because remember, if we don't pronounce, the effect on the certain petal of the certain chakra, so is not activated, right? We don't have any effect, right? So it is palatal are cha, cha, ja, ja, nya. So when you pronounce this, you can see how your tongue is touching the hard palate, and you need to be aware of it. Everything is very logical. Just you need some sort of concentration, and with practice you will get it fully. Then we have retroflex. Retroflex or cerebral. So why those two terms? Cerebral, cerebrum, right? The brain, because this tongue is actually pointing up. The tip of the tongue is pointing to the brain, right? That's why cerebral or retroflex. This is another term of retroflex which we have previously, right? And those are ta, tha, da, dha, na. Okay. So ta, tha, da, dha, na. So you can just listen to me as of now. We will have today also an opportunity to practice, but this is really to be pronounced very in a very specific way. So you need to roll your tongue and actually touch with the tip of the tongue the hard, the hard palate. Then we have a dental sound. Dental means that we use only the teeth. Okay, it is ta, tha, da, dha, na. You see how actually dental or labiodental as you wish, but our teeth are making this sound happen. So ta, tha, da, dha, na. And then we have labial, so or bilabial, because we are using both lips. Pa, pa, ba, pa, ma. Okay, so these are the consonants, and we are going to practice. So in terms of more practice, less theory, let us move forward. And this is actually where we will not end, but what we will practice after this class. Shiva Sutrani. This is really one beautiful story. And so the story goes that Shiva and Parvati had a competition in dance. So who actually is a better dancer, Shiva or Parvati? And of course, because Shiva is the king of dancers, or Nataraja, Shiva won this competition. And then there was a Rishi Sanaka present. And then, Rishi asked, the winner to produce the alphabet for people to communicate, right? And then actually in this verse, I will not read the verse, I will just read the meaning. So after the dance is finished, Lord Nataraja played the Damaru, you see the Damaru, so retroflex sound the, 14 Navapancha times. Look at this, this is very important, for the siddhi and salvation from desire of Sanaka and other rishis. So it's not only for communication. Devanagari is not only for communication. Devanagari, I mean, in the same, headline, you have the meaning that it's not only the simple, let's say, language to communicate only. This language has the 3D representation. This is number one. And number two, look what is actually there in this Shiva Sutras, what is stated, that these actually language or these syllables are providing or giving siddhi and salvation. So this is the power of those syllables. So that's why we need to learn how to pronounce them correctly, and in this way, all of the alphabet appeared as 14 Shiva Sutras. These are the sutras of Shiva, and these are basically phonemes organized in 14 verses, okay? I will now actually repeat, or let's say just utter once, and then you can repeat after me while being on mute, of course, or maybe even twice. I will just simply actually read them, okay? And then when I will repeat second and third time, you can repeat after me. A, I, U, N. Yeah, just please.
A, I, U, N.
N. Yeah, just please mute yourself, whoever is unmuted. So this n here, actually, these sutras are organized in a way that those complex rule can be put in certain mnemotechnic way, so that we can learn it properly while actually going swiftly through the different locations of the sound. I will just now read it, and then afterwards we will also learn how to chant it. Okay, so a I U N, a I U N, a I U N. The second line.
Una.
Yes, please just repeat as of now while being muted. R L K, R L K, R L K. This L, as I told you, it's a normal dental, normal consonant, vowel, sorry. Then we have eon, eon, ng, eon, ng. I, au, ch, I, au, ch, I, au, ch. Ha, ya, va, ra, t. Ha, ya, va, ra, t. Ha, ya, va, ra, t. La, n, retroflex. La, n. La, n. And then the last line, nya, ma, nga, na, na, m. You see how all the last these nasals are put there. Nya, ma, na, na. So this is nga, na, na, m. Nya, ma, nga, na, na, m. I'll try to chant it now. Om, a, I, un, a, I, un, a, I, un, r, l, k, r, l, k, r, l, k, eong, eong. So I'm actually pronouncing this guttural anga like there is g word, you know, following. So the guttural sound is following because it is more easier. So eong, eong, I ouch, I ouch, I ouch, hayavarat, 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 lan, 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 nyamangananam, nyamangananam, nyamangananam. Again, anga, erna, na. So we have here ny, which is palatal, m bilabial, anga guttural, n retroflex, n dental, and again m. Okay, so nyamangananam, nyamangananam, nyamangananam. Okay, these are the first line, first 7 lines. Then the next 7, jha, bha, ny, jha, bha, ny. Try to really utter this mahaprana sound. Jha, bha, ny. Gha, dha, dha, sh. So you should make the difference between d and d, between retroflex d, this is d do down, and dental. Gha, dha, dha, sh. So sh, the same actually group like d, right? The retroflex sound. Ja, ba, ga, da, da, sh. Ja, ba, ga, da, da, sh. Again, da, da. Now here, ka, pa, cha, ta, ta, cha, ta, ta, v. Once again, ka, pa, cha, ha, cha, ta, ta, v. Once again, ka, ha, cha, ta, ta, cha, ta, ta, v. Kapaya, 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 sha, sha, sa, r. Sha, sha, sa, r. All of these are fricatives. Sh, sh. You see the constriction of the airway make this fricative sound. Sha, sha, sa, r. Sha through the teeth. Sha, we are blocking the airway with the tongue. Sha, ha, sa, r. Ha, l. Ha, l. Okay. I will chant now. Om Jhabhanya, 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 Dhadhadhasha, 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 Jabagadadasha, 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 Ka, pa, cha, ta, ta, Chartatava, Ka, pa, cha, ta, ta, Chartatava, Ka, pa, cha, ta, ta, Chartatava, Kapaya, 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 Shashasara, 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 Hala, Hala, Hala. Okay, now I will chant continuously those 14 lines. Om A I Un Rlrka Eong I Aucha Hayavarat Larn Nyamangananam Jhabhanya Gadhadhasha Jabagadadasha Ka Pa Cha Ha Ha Chartatava Kapaya Shashasara Hala. And once again, I will chant each line 2 times. So on the second time, you can repeat, but please keep mute button. Om A I Un A I Un Rlka Rlka Eong Eong I Aucha Hayavarat Hayavarat Larn Larn Nyamangananam Nyamangananam. And once again, Nyamangananam Jhabhanya Jhabhanya Gadhadhasha Gadhadhasha Jabagadadasha Jabagadadasha Ka Pa Cha Ha Ha Chartatava Ka Pa Cha Ta Ta Chartatava Kapaya Kapaya Shashasara Shashasara Hala. Okay, I will stop share for a while to see your faces. How are you doing? Is it okay? How do you feel? Feeling good? Any comment?
It's very good.
Huh?
Excellent.
Okay. So you will. I hope that you are getting it slowly, right? And we will try.
Extremely difficult.
Really? Okay, Barbara.
I agree. Extremely difficult.
Okay, that's why we have those classes, you know. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree to that. But okay, let's not keep our focus too much on difficulties. Let's move forward, and then we'll go back. Because yes.
Would you
please.
be able, yes, once you have the Google Doc ready, would you be able to share these documents prior to the class so then we could take some notes on them? Thank you so much.
Yes, exactly. You know, with this, I maybe hesitate a bit with these basics, because it's good first that you hear me first, and then start with your own practice. That was the only reason why I didn't upload it upfront, right? But you will have now actually the presentation, the recording, and I will immediately after the class make my voice recording with all of this. Okay, so you will when you drive, when you are, you know, commuting in the bus, train, wherever, you know, you can actually listen to it and try actually to visualize what your tongue is doing in the mouth, what structures are being touched, right? Yeah, this is very important to visualize and to be aware. This is retroflex. Okay, I am picking up now, you know, tip of the tongue upwards, and I am actually, you know, rolling over back, you know, the tongue, you know. So slowly it will fit. I can't go slower than that, but for the sake of today's class, I need to move forward. Let's see. We are now on the second phonetic change, which is the most important one, I would say, after the proper pronunciation, which is the basic. It is a pitch. For Veda chanting, the pitch is everything. So you may miss all the phonetic changes which will follow out of those 6 which we have counted at the beginning. But you need to be proficient in 1, right, and in 2. So first 2 are really the most important thing. So Varna and Svara. So Svara are the accents. So we have basically 3 accents in the Vedas. You remember I mentioned Sama Veda is music basically, and we have 7 tones. But usually so Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda have 3 tones, right, or 3 accents. The first one, which we are going to now disclose, is Svarita. This is the higher note with this vertical stroke here. You see the vertical stroke above the vowel. So Bhagavate. So this te is up. Okay, this is the higher note. Bhagava is in the middle. This is the mid-tone. Or Udata. Anudata is the lower note, indicated by a horizontal line below the syllable. Rudraya, Rudraya, this Ra, you see. And you see Ra is dirgham, meaning the long syllable, because of this horizontal line above, but also because of horizontal line below, it is the long syllable and, you know, the lower note. Rudraya, Rudraya. Okay. Then we have neutral note, which is the mid-tone, called Udata, Namo, Namo, so the same note. And we have Dirgha Svarita. Dirgha means delayed upper tone. Svarita, we said that it is a higher note, or upper tone, I call it, indicated by 2 vertical strokes. So usually, you know, when we chant all the mantras in Gayatri meter, the last word is Prachodayat, right? And this is delayed Svarita. And it is actually demarked with these 2 vertical line. Prachodaya, ya. So this note here, you see that this ya is also dirgham, meaning the long tone, and delayed upper tone. prachodayat, and then we are coming back with this T in the middle. Prachodayat, prachodayat. This is called Dirga Svarit. Okay. This is very important, and we have been cleaning our texts to correct all these mistakes from various sources to actually have the correct pitch throughout the whole chanting of the Rudram. And I think we did a good job, I would say. Everything is in place, and it is very important for the pitch to be in place when we chant the Vedas, okay? Very quickly, duration, matra. So this is what we mentioned at the beginning with Hrasvam and Dirgam. Hrasvam, once again, is, you know, the short syllable. Dirgham or Dirgha is the long syllable. The short syllable actually are lasting 1 unit of time. A, I, U. A, I, U. And the long syllables are lasting for 2 units of time. A, I, U, O, E. We said that these compound consonants are also 2 units of time, right? Are always Dirgham, right? You remember from the first slide. So A, I, U, O, E. Both, I mean, all of them 2 units of time. Because we don't put these horizontal lines above these compound consonants. You see that we don't put any, compound vowels, sorry. We don't put, so O is immediately 2 units of time, like E. So please, you guys from America, it's not E, right? And there is a big confusion when we read some text in English transliteration. So it is pronounced like E, okay? And also there are even in Shiva Sutrana that we have just chanted at the end. So those last sounds are half unit in duration. K, G, T. Okay? So this is about duration or matra. Then we have the force. The force I have mentioned when I mentioned about Mahaprana, this aspirated sound. Kha, Gha, Cha, Dha, Ha, Gha. Please, until you practice, until you get this sound out of yourself, right? Don't give up. It just take some time, but you will. I mean, everyone can do it. You know, you are not less worthy or less capable than the others. So you can surely, everyone can do that. I assure you. Just with someone takes a bit longer time, just to to become aware. Because also what I have noticed during these 20 past years, the people are thinking that they are pronouncing it correctly, right? But the sound is not there. This also may happen. That's why I really urge people to record themselves so that they can listen to themselves. This is what I did for myself, until I detect my own mistakes in the process of learning. Of course, I mean, I wasn't perfect immediately. It took like 10 years for me. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm perfect now. Don't get me wrong, but this process is really to some people quick, to some not so quick, but it's manageable for all. Please remember that and don't give up, okay? So this is Mahaprana with H sound. And Alpa Prana is, the soft uttering, A, I, O, Ka, Ga, Cha, Da, Ta, okay? So this is actually the fourth, which is actually moving from Alpa to Mahaprana in the course of the chanting. And then we have a very important rule, which is the linking of accents. So it is actually continuity, and this linkage must be done in such a way that a recitation sounds continuous. That's why we have applied all these phonetic rules, just because we wanted to get this. I mean, not we, but whoever actually gave this language, this was the goal, for all that was chanting to sound fluently, right? And what is also very important, that the same bass pitch must be maintained from the start till the end of recitation, you know. So this is very, very difficult, especially if you have different people who are on different energy levels, I would say even. It's very difficult to maintain the same pitch, but the lead chanter should actually maintain it, should be able to maintain it. Okay? Then continuity. Continuity represents the places where we need to pause in a simple words, right? So continuity, discontinuity, I would say, right? When the pause happen. So the pause is happening, of course, should happen at the right place between the words, not at the middle of the word. So please keep this in mind. We will soon start to chant, and don't actually take the breath in between the word, okay? Because you can really, you are breaking this word into two, and you are totally distorting the meaning, right? So please be aware of this. A slight pause must be given after Om, which is sounds very logical. A pause must also be given between the recitation of one mantra and the next, right? And this is actually indicated by vertical line in Devanagari and transliteration. And a pause, so I call it in the morning because this is very important, that a pause must be given before a word whenever it starts with any of the vowels following a dirgham. So we said that dirgham is the long syllable ending with a vowel. And if it is, you know, the long syllables, and then afterwards there is a short one, we need actually to pause. And this is the example. In Rudram, many people are chanting, Namaste Astu Dhanvane, Namaste Astu Dhanvane, but it should not be the case, because we have dirgham, you know, following by a hrasvam sound, and in between those two vowels, it should be 1 unit of time pause, which means Namaste, te is 2 units of time, we said as a hrasvam, and then we just need to add additional one before uttering the next word. So Namaste Astu Dhanvane, Namaste Astu Dhanvane. The same here in the second line. So it's not yo rutro agnao yo apsuya oshadhishu. It's not like this. It's yo rutro agnao yo apsuya oshadhishu. Okay. So whenever you see this red vertical line, those are the marking that we need to pause here. Okay, for 1 unit of time. Okay, and then the vertical blue line, it's just a discontinuity. So it's not, you don't need to hold here or pause here long. Apsu ya o shathishu, ya o shathishu, ya o. It's important that it's not yao, no, but ya o. So it should be some discontinuity given there. Okay. These poses are called virama, but again, those terms are not important. What is important, when you see the red line, you pause 1 unit of time. When you see the blue line, you just discontinue those two words becoming one word. In a, you know, put it in a simplest way. Okay. Okay, so I will stop sharing because that's it for today. I think yeah, we covered a lot. So I would, because we have 3 more minutes, and I would really like to keep this 1 hour frame just for you to plan your own, you know, activities accordingly. So who would like to chant this Shiva Sutrani with me? Any volunteer?
I have one question. So
Yes,
can you post, this is recorded, right? So can you
Yes.
post to some place so that we can watch again, we can listen again and learn again?
Absolutely. I will now stop recording.